Today I am 82 years old. It is easy to say this number, but inside it there is a whole lifetime. There are lessons. Most importantly, there is breath. Yes, that simple thing called breath. A person often does not notice that he is breathing, not until one day it becomes something precious. There was a time when I did not think about my breathing either. I would wake up in the morning, go to work, talk, laugh, argue. Breath would come and go on its own. I thought it was something natural, something unchanging. Now I know that a person understands the most important things only when there is a danger of losing them. For me, everything started slowly. First, a cough appeared. I caught a cold, I said. I got chilled, I said. Then that cough did not go away. Days passed, weeks passed. Sometimes it calmed down. Sometimes it came back stronger. Especially in the mornings, it felt as if something heavy was sitting inside my chest. When I tried to breathe, it seemed as if there was not enough air.
I spent many days deceiving myself. I'm getting old, I said. This is just a sign of old age, I said. I postponed going to the doctor because I was afraid to hear the name of the illness. Sometimes a person prefers silence to the truth. But one night I woke up. My breath was short. It felt as if a heavy stone was lying inside my chest. I sat up to breathe. Then I stood up. I opened the window. There was air, but it was as if it could not reach me. At that moment, I was truly afraid. A person is not so much afraid of death as he is afraid of suffocating. The next day, I went to the hospital. There were examinations, there were questions, they took images, they listened. Then the doctor said in a calm voice, "You have chronic bronchitis." I had heard this word before, but I never thought it could belong to me. Chronic means something that lasts a long time, something that comes back again and again.
At first, anger rose inside me. Why me? After all, I was not a bad person. I worked. I tried to provide for my family. But life does not ask questions. It only tests. Some with strength, some with patience, and some with breath. The doctor explained to me. The airways in my lungs were inflamed. The breathing passages had narrowed, and that was why it had become difficult for air to pass. If you do not take care of yourself, this will get worse, he said. Your breathing will become shorter and shorter. At that moment, I felt the value of breath for the first time. The treatment began. Medicines, inhalations, checkups. The hardest part was changing my habits. Before, I used to go out carelessly, even in cold weather. Now I began to wrap a scarf around my neck. Before, I did not think about dust or smoke. Now I began to notice every smell. Before, I would say, "I'm tired," and lie down. Now I tried to walk at least a little every day.
Sometimes I got tired. Sometimes I said, "What's the point?" At 82 years old, changing everything is not easy. But then I remembered that night when I was standing by the window, unable to breathe. That fear pushed me forward again. Little by little, the results began to appear. The cough started to decrease. My breathing opened up a little. In the mornings, my chest felt lighter. Of course, everything did not change at once. A chronic illness requires patience, a lot of patience. Most importantly, I changed my way of thinking. Before, I used to complain a lot. Now I learned to be thankful. I say, today I breathed freely. I say, today I went out into the yard and walked for 5 minutes. Even small victories keep a person alive.
Sometimes my grandchildren come to see me. They laugh, they talk, they run, and I sit and watch them. I breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. And I think, if I had not gone to the doctor back then, maybe today I would not be able to see this scene. Sometimes a person understands late, but even understanding is a blessing. Chronic bronchitis taught me many things. First of all, not to rush, to breathe without rushing, to feel every breath, to greet every morning with gratitude. Now I know health is not strength, it is attention. Attention to yourself. Before I thought I had strength. Now I am grateful that I have attention. Sometimes people say, "Grandfather, you are strong." I smile. I am not alive because I am strong, but because I did not give up. Because I did not deny the illness, because I fought against it. Even today, I still cough sometimes. Even today, my breath is sometimes short, but I am not afraid, because now I know this illness did not come to stop me. It came to slow me down. Life wanted to tell me, stop, don't rush, take care of yourself.
When I wake up in the morning, I first open the window. I draw the fresh air into myself. Slowly, not deeply, not in a hurry. Together with that breath, gratitude enters me. Thank you, I say inside. You are giving me breath again today. If someone is listening to these words and is ignoring a long-lasting cough or shortness of breath, I want to say this. Do not delay. Do not say, "It will pass." I used to say that too. But some illnesses do not go away quietly. They wait patiently, and then they remind you harshly. What connects a person to life is hope. Even at the age of 82, I still want to wake up in the morning and go out into the yard. I still want to see the sun. I still want to hear my grandchildren's voices.
That desire makes me take my medicine every day and take care of myself every day.
I do not consider myself a hero. I am an ordinary person, just a person who understood one truth a little late. Life is not just about living. It is about living correctly. Living while protecting your breath. Living while listening to your body. Living without being your own enemy. 82 is not the end. It is the age to learn to live with gratitude. I do not say that I completely got rid of chronic bronchitis. I say that I learned to live with it. And you know what? Sometimes the greatest victory is exactly that. Not defeating the illness, but defeating yourself. Today I feel every breath I take. It is slow but steady. It is quiet but precious. And I know, sometimes life does not ask us to run fast. It asks us to stop and take a deep, very deep breath.